All right, Coach Steve Kruse, we are here at the finish line of the Greater Louisville Classic, and a great finish by J.J. Weber, the champion of the Blue Division race for the Northern Kentucky Norse.
Phenomenal race by J.J. I was even talking to his dad before the race. He said J.J.'s definitely ready. He's had some great workouts for us over the last couple of weeks. We have worked very, very hard. So he's, you know, he just kind of sat behind the known guy until he had to go, and I saw them about 500 meters out, and J.J. was just as relaxed as could be. So he's got more to give, but really a phenomenal race. I think it was a 24:43, if I'm not mistaken. That's JJ's personal best without question, and again he improves his mark to third overall. But that pales in comparison to, it's been 4 years since we've had a runner win an invitational, and an invitational of this size especially is something really quite special for JJ. So I'm very happy for him. Great race.
And I know you and I have talked. You're not a big guy on times necessarily, but certainly on placement, and just a huge result for JJ there as well.
Absolutely. You know, anytime you're crossing that line first, that's what it's all about. Get to point A to point B before anybody else in the race. You know, that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see.
Now it's just a matter of getting the rest of the team up. The men's team just trying to close that gap between JJ and the rest of the Norse field.
Right. There was over 100 places between JJ and our number 2 runner, Brendan Schwalik. And you know, our team ran. Our guys are thinking they ran poorly, and they really didn't. They ran basically what they had run the last race down in Mountain Dew. A couple guys even improved. Zach Holtkamp, I thought, ran a really good race today. Tyler Mowry ran a nice race. Brian Warden is very predictable at this point. He's always right there for us. So those guys did a real nice job.
And then on the women's side, we're starting to see some familiar names up at the top of the list for the Norse. Caitlin Hooper leading the way for the Norse in the Blue Division race on the women.
Right. Caitlin's 1931. I think she was 125th place or somewhere in that whereabouts. In a field this size, it's great that she ran much faster than she has earlier in this season. She's still a little bit behind where she was last season, as are some of the other girls. And those times will come. I mean, the last 2 weeks have just been unbelievably tough. Out of all the years I've been coaching, I think I threw more tricks at them this past 2 weeks as far as interval work, because we needed it. We were making progress, but we needed to make better progress. And I hate to say I'm impatient at this point, but we've got 2 races left in the season. We've got to start really pushing it out. So at this point, you know, we're probably still running on dead legs a little bit, but something you got to get used to in college.
And we've talked about the places a little bit, and we've thrown out some triple-digit places, but to kind of put those in perspective, this is by far the largest meet that NKU has run in this season. We've run in a couple that had 8, 10, 12 teams, and this one over 40 teams competing in each event.
Not only in each event, but they just made an announcement before we started talking here that they had over 140 total universities represented here today, and split it up into 3 different races. Our varsity was in the middle race, which was exactly where we needed to be. And with that many universities, they said this was the largest invitational in the country this year. So it's great to be a part of it. We've got a beautiful day now. It was perfect earlier. Great running conditions, overcast and a little bit of mist in the air. Could not have asked for better conditions. Great course, and they always do a phenomenal job down here hosting races. Louisville Sports Commission does phenomenally at hosting.
And then you talk about the size of this event. Again, that forced you to split up your teams as well, with your varsity team and then a second group of runners in the silver division. Any standout performances that you saw out there for our silver division runners?
For the silver division runners, our guys, Josh Macon was our top guy in the silver race. He was, when I saw him with about 400 yards to go, he was about 24th place. So Josh ran pretty well today, and he was followed by Matt Kincaid, and then it went from there. But I was pretty pleased with the way they ran. It's hard to kind of get up sometimes when you're not running in the main event, and I thought they did a real nice job. Haven't seen the results as far as team results go on the silver race. On the women's side, we had the girls do very, very well. J.C. Combs was our lead girl, and also I know Kristen Hooper ran real well today. Again, I haven't seen results from that, just from what I saw out on the course. I was real happy with the effort that they gave, and I hope, sometimes if the times don't fall into place, I hope they can find something that is happening, which right now, again, it's progress. We are making steady progress as the season goes. 2 races left. We got Alabama in 2 weeks, and then the conference meet in 4 weeks. Let's see how we fare. But again, the progress we're making, we'll be there. We'll be there in October.
All right, congratulations on another good meet, and we'll coming up on conference championships. Good luck through the rest of the season. Weber, men's cross country, you won your event, the blue race at the Greater Louisville Classic. Give me your initial reaction.
It's extremely excited. I couldn't have the picture race going any better than it did, and I knew I was in a good position in the last few hundred meters, and I knew I could pull it out.
You've been running towards the front in pretty much every race you've been in this year. What was the difference, you think, between those earlier races this year and then what it took to get over the top today?
We really started picking it up in practice this week. We started our speed workout for the first time, and I think that helped me a lot with my early endurance, I guess, and the speed that it took to win.
Certainly for you guys, I know the individual accolade, but the team also continuing to improve as the season goes on as well.
Yes, the main thing for me is the team. I mean, a win's great for me, but if the team doesn't do well, then I'm not happy about it. I really want the team to do well, and I think we did pretty well today. I mean, people didn't run as well as they could have, but the course was muddy, and we'll get them next week.